Now, this is a video I really, really, really don't want to do, but this is how evil works. And it's a matter of picking what evil is lesser. And okay, I've been posting some videos on world peace as a scam. And the only reason I'm doing that is because if I post a video on world peace, it's like nobody shows up. And if I try and stimulate any type of conversation with people that are working towards world peace, they don't want to have the conversation. Kind of notice that any organization that's claiming to work on world peace, it's just all talk. They have no plan. It's been non-effective. I see them all repeating the same patterns over and over again, and it'll never unfold. Kind of interested in world peace. So, in the process of me saying world peace is just a scam, it's encouraging a little bit more of a conversation. So, it's like using negative energy to sort of attract the conversations that I want to have. It's not that I don't want world peace. I will happen to want world peace more than anybody else that happens to be working on world peace. I just want the conversation to make sure the job gets done. And I have a few things to say and can't find anybody willing to have the conversation. If I say it out peacefully, they don't show up. And so again, I ran into somebody that I had a very interesting conversation. They definitely wanted to debate the issues, and through our debating, we ended up agreeing on a lot of things. And she's a native girl. Really feel totally connected with her. Really love her. And she informed me on this green dot for Mother Earth. I guess there's a native protest in the planning, and I happen to really have a oneness with the old native ways of living. If we all sort of went back to their ways of living, we wouldn't have so many global problems. So I'm more supportive of any native actions that, are taking place. So I wanted to see what they're all about, read some things on their website, killed me to see some of the words that they are saying, kind of see, okay, this is just another scam. They don't know it. They mean well. They want to solve a problem, but it's like we don't know how to get this done. And lots of it is we don't want to have the conversation. So I'm putting out this video that, yeah, it's another scam because having the peaceful conversation, I got a rude email back. And I'm not going to judge him to be rude. He used the word rude himself. When you use the word don't mean to be rude, but and then you go on saying something, you know perfectly well you're about to be rude. You are intentionally being rude. You just don't want the other person to feel your rudeness. But let's be honest, if you use the word, don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to be rude. And basically, the guy says that he knows everything and he doesn't need any advice from anybody else. And um, oh, it went on and on and on that he can't understand anything that I have to say. And that's the typical conversation is, while you have something to say, of course you're not going to understand. It means we need to have the conversation. It's something completely foreign to you. If you already knew this stuff, then you'd already be doing it. But something that's completely new means you have to have a little bit of a conversation to try and find the understanding of something different. But I was blocked off. I don't know anything. I know shit. He knows all. He talks to his God, and his God tells him everything. So it's like, okay, so what's the problem? Why are you complaining? You know, if you know everything, why haven't you fixed all the problems you're suffering from? It doesn't make any sense. And if you know everything, then I'll stop worrying about you. That you're planning this big, huge march, and the way you're doing it, all the natives will have all their problems solved because this guy's on the job and he knows all. He's talking to his God. He knows everything. He's perfect. So, who am I to know any different? So, I'm going to stop worrying about all these native people that are fighting for their rights and fighting for their land and fighting for, whatever they're fighting for. Apparently, they know exactly what they're doing. Apparently, they know how to solve all their own problems. So, we can all just sort of sit back and not do anything. Apparently, they'll get all of their peace after this march because he knows how to get it done. Now, if it doesn't work, then feel free to come and talk to me because I have a few things to say. I kind of see the patterns that you're doing. You're doing the same patterns over and over again. Didn't work in the past, won't work in the future. It's like insanity doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And you need a completely different mindset if you want to see something completely different. Now, he went into, we're a tribe, and, we listen to the tribal mothers, they vote and all of this stuff. And it's like, if you're going to go out into the world outside of your tribe, then maybe you might want to speak to a mother of another tribe, us white, blonde, blue-eyed females that are mothers too. Maybe we have a few things to say because we're kind of interested in peace, and it's like we're a global tribe. We all need to come together. We all need to have that conversation. We all need to be represented, heard. It's not do everything my way. This is not about doing anything my way. This is about, hey, I've done a little research, kind of see the same patterns I was doing. They didn't work for me, kind of had to develop a new pattern. The new pattern kind of is working for me, but I also know that we need to work as a oneness here. It's sort of like our oneness has to come together. And it's like, if you're going to get 1.5 million people together, kind of a good time to get even more people involved because it's a good time to form a union of something. There's more power then. And if we all got together and put our ideas together in how to make it even more effective, might be a little more effective. But apparently, he's got it all under control. So, again, me putting out there this video may appear to be negative, may appear to be focused on the negative, but it really isn't. It seems like the only way that you will communicate is if somebody says something negative. And forcing the conversation, it's almost like our war mentality that, evil seems to want to push the problem so that you'll show up. And I'm kind of seeing that same pattern all over the place, that seems to be what war's about. Is if you didn't want to listen to me when I was peaceful, then it's almost like, well, do I have to attack you for you to have the conversation? And this is only YouTube. This is only text, conversation, words. On a bigger scale, by us not coming together and having the conversations we need to have, we actually use bombs. We use chemical warfare. We use big corporations that do nothing but destroy us. And it's like, if you kind of understand what's going on, it's almost like these big corporations, these big elites, they're trying to force us to be smarter. They are blocked from having the conversation. So maybe we need to be a little bit smarter in how we have our conversations. There are more of us than there are of them. And we buy all their products that make them rich. Like if we stop buying their friggin' products, they lose all power. But we got to break out of our patterns. We got to start coming up with something completely different. And we need to get together as a planet to gain our control. So I hope that everybody can forgive me for putting out this negative energy. I'm more motivated for peace. I want peace. I see a path to peace. I don't want things to be all done my way. I only want to have the conversation. And it's everybody else's ego that they want me to do things their way. And it's like, I've listened to you all for 51 years, and you all been wrong. So I'm following self, and I'm suggesting we all follow self, but we all have the communication about ourselves. It's like, I mean, does that not make any sense? Peace out.